And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my top movies that were the worst of 2019. And I got a couple of them. I got like maybe 10 of them, or maybe 9. I'm not really sure. I gotta look at my list. I have 9 written down here, and these were the stinkers of 2019 that I thought personally that did not like at all. There are movies that belong in this list because some of them, there was no point of them making this movie. So let's start it off. At number 9, I have a movie that wasn't in theaters, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people did not see this movie, but I saw it one time on TV, and it was 2019, so it technically counts as a movie. So I watched it, and it was atrocious, and it was Banana Splits. Now, Banana Splits, if you know, is the original children's tra la la, you know, kids show that came out decades ago, and I briefly remember it. The song is very catchy, but then they made this movie where you had the characters, everybody loved them, and then something went wrong with their wiring, and they were robots, and then they tried to kill people. First of all, the animation of this thing, the CG for this thing was horrible, and the story plot was just bleh, and I just didn't like it at all. It was just bad, like a bad movie. I did not like this movie at all. Kind of glad it was just direct to DVD because let's face the facts, that movie would have been the record holder for not making any money at the box office. So I'm kind of glad. Like I said, that's like the only positive about this movie is that it went to DVD and the Sci-Fi Channel. So Sci-Fi don't really have a track record of having good movies, except Sharknado. Those movies are great. So let's look up number 8. Number 8 is 47 Meters Down, 2, Uncaged, or whatever you want to call it. Look, there are cool premises in this movie. The sharks are cool. CG was okay. I just felt like this movie felt it was too seclusive in one area. And I get it. It's supposed to be like how the first one was in a shark cage and all that. It was great. But this movie felt too secured in one location, and it was just too. It made certain spots look cheesy and fake, and like that was not believable. This was like that. Like really, how that's even possible that they're alive at this point? And the shark designs were cool, but sometimes they kind of make it look like they were like their effects weren't used properly. So I just didn't like it. So it was just very bizarre to have it. At number 7 is a movie that I actually do like. I like this movie, but this is not the problem that I'm putting this movie on this list. It's the problem that the fact that they made this movie. Because after watching it like 3 times, it made me think, what was the point of this movie? Putting this back in theaters, like making a new version of it, and that's Lion King. Lion King. I know. You're gonna be like, wait. Lion King's a masterpiece. True, but that's only the animation. But what was the point of making this one? This movie was literally a shot for shot remake of the original, and it had no texture or anything to feel different from the animation. You know what I mean? It wasn't like how Beauty and the Beast, like spoiler alert, Beauty and the Beast, they actually explained to us how everybody in the village never knew about the castle because they were under a spell. They never really stretched out the story of why Mufasa was king or whatever. Yeah, they explained a couple of little details here and there, but it was still pretty much shot for shot, everything. They took out Be Prepared, and then they put it back because fans got upset about Be Prepared not being a part of it, and they rushed it. I like the voice acting in it, but it was just like, okay. You might as well just brought back everybody from the original to play in this movie, but whatever. Same shot, same emotion. Even what Mufasa's death in this movie wasn't like as impactful as it was in the animation, because that still hurts. So there's that. So there you go. What can you do for Lion King? Number 6 is Playing with Fire with the brand new John Cena movie that he made. I like John Cena. I think he could be a good actor if he tries. But not this time. He swung and he missed, so he's gonna have to come up a bat again. So hopefully, Fast and Furious, he proves that he can be good. So let's see what happens with that. And number 5, a movie I didn't think that was too atrocious that everybody thinks it is, Cats. But I can see the problem with Cats is like, okay, the CG here needs work, and they shouldn't have just, oh yeah, we're ready, and they know they weren't ready, and they just slapped in the theaters anyway. They hit the Christmas rush, so there's that. At number 4, I have Escape Room. Escape Room was pretty much Saw, but with a new premise, because you know the new thing was escape rooms. Everybody loves escape rooms now. Let's make that into a horror movie. So there's that. That had no. I mean, the premise was cool. I liked the premises, but it felt like watching Saw, the remake. And we're literally getting a Saw remake too, so go figure. But there's that. At number 3, a movie I really, really wish was great because I love the franchise so much and it's amazing. Rambo: Last Stand. Rambo: Last Stand was pretty much, or Last Blood, sorry, was pretty much Stallone just went to some studio, took Taken from Lionsgate. It's like, I can do this even better than they can. Slapped it into Rambo and put himself in that movie in Rambo with with the Taken premise, and there you go. There is Rambo. Cool. It has some cool moments in it, but the story plot was pretty much Taken, and I could not stand that, and it really bothered me a lot. And number 2, I have It Chapter 2. Go figure. I wanted this movie to be great, and the movie is great. Don't get me wrong. It's just that it wasn't scary at all. Like, what was the point of this movie? Seriously, this movie was just the guys, as adults, all doing their thing, but there was no set up towards it. Yeah, we knew they were coming back, but the emotions weren't there, like how the first one was, how they really became a team. This one, they kind of felt like, oh, it's our weekend off. Yeah, we have to come back for this one weekend just to do it. It felt rushed. That's my problem with this movie. It felt rushed, and obviously there was no scares about it. Pennywise was there, but yeah, you're a clown. Cool. Next. Yeah, so that's pretty much why I didn't like It Chapter 2. And of course, number 1, the one movie I could not stand of 2019 and still bothers me today because it could have been great because the original 2 were awesome. And that's Charlie's Angels. Yeah, Charlie's Angels was horrible. I could not stand that movie at all. I wanted to walk out of that movie too, and I never walk out of a movie, and that movie was just bad. I'm talking about bad. I mean, the action scenes were just boring. They weren't like, oh my god, I'm in the edge of my seat. Like, what are these girls are gonna do? The girls, well, 2 out of the 3 girls were fine. They're not my problem. Kristen Stewart act like she was a comic book character in an old Saturday morning cartoon villain. So there was that. So that, I don't know what the heck she was doing in this movie. Elizabeth Banks was just, I'm the director. Let me just slap myself into this movie playing Bosley. So that was like, okay, why we had like 6 different Bosleys in the movie. I mean, the premise and the idea of it was cool. Like, okay, different countries have different Bosleys. That makes sense. They have more angels. Eventually, maybe more team-ups. But no, they pretty much messed up this movie, and it was just horrible. I did not like it at all. Some of the actresses, like I said, they were great. Naomi Scott and the other girl were great, but Kristen Stewart, yeah, I don't know what she was doing. Either she was sleeping when she was making this movie, or she was on high caffeine pills or something, but she felt like she didn't belong in this movie at all, period. And she did not fit in it, so hopefully she turns her career around and does better, because I know she can do better than this. And this was a disaster for her. So yeah. So number 1 will be Charlie's Angels. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and what's your top list of 2019 worst movies of the year. Leave a comment below. Let me know. Thank you very much, and have a good day.